Hey, hello, leaders. Welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges. I'm Paul Grau Jr., the host of the show. And today I want to talk about something that's kind of been on my mind in a discussion that I had with a friend of mine last week. And it was about how we can be so easily tempted to conform with the things that are going on around us, and how we can be so tempted to agree with things that might even go against our values, or might even, have us think that, what is going on here? And it's actually, we got talking about it, and we got talking about, hey, we have to fight off this temptation, and we should not conform just to certain things just to get a job or just to be hired by a company. I guess what I'm trying to say is, the whole conversation was about how easy it is to conform, but that we should use caution, fight off the temptation to conform, fight off the pressure to just go along, go with the flow. And instead of that, when we find ourselves in that situation, we should actually transform the environment, transform the people around us. Stand by our values. Stand by what we know is right. This can't be more true than if you're hanging around the wrong group of people. I mean, they can transform you so that you conform to their way of thinking pretty easily, especially if you're the only one in the group or a team that doesn't feel that way. And that's where, you need to be strong in your values and your beliefs to make sure that you aren't conformed, because that peer pressure is a real thing. And I don't care what age you are, if you get in a group, that peer pressure may kick in, and it's tough. It's tough to fight off. So one thing that I want to bring up is, if you're trying to achieve something and you got goals, you know the difference between right and wrong, what you need to be doing versus what you don't need to be doing. You know what exactly you want to achieve, and you know the steps on how to get there. But if you're hanging around the wrong people, the naysayers and the doubters and, the people with very limited mindset and very limited thinking, small thinking, man, I'll tell you, those people can transform you into a motivated achiever and a motivated worker or employee or person. And they could transform you to have that smaller mindset, have that smaller thinking capability. Especially, like I said earlier, especially if you're the only one in that group. Now, the stronger you are in your values, you can fight that off. But I think you can only fight it off for so long, because eventually you're either going to be so fed up that you're going to get out of that environment, or you're just going to give up and say, you know what, I'm just going to go along with it. And this may happen with families, marriages, kids with parents that have disagreements. But the only thing I want to say is, are you conforming to your surroundings and the environment around you, or are you transforming the environment? Are you transforming the people around you and helping them get a better, bigger mindset? Are you helping them to think big and to dream big? Or are you just settling? Are you conforming to them of, we want to be average? It's funny because John Maxwell says that average, that A word is almost like a curse word. We don't like to say it because we don't want to be average. Who wants to be average? We want to be an achiever. We want to be a succeeder, if that's even a word. We want to win. We want to make a difference in this world, in our life. I think that's ultimately what everybody wants to do. They want to make a difference when it comes right down to things that motivate you. But again, if you're hanging around with the wrong people, it's very easy to get caught up in the way they do things and the way they think, even if it's really bad and even if you know it's really bad. So today I just wanted to kind of challenge you to think about the people you're hanging around with. Think about if you are conforming to them and their way of thinking, or are you trying to transform them? And this is a Bible scripture actually is very similar. It's Romans 2 or 12:2 says, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect." So don't conform, but transform the people around you, the things around you, the environment. Is it a positive or a negative environment? If you're in a negative environment, transform it, make it a positive environment. And you do it one day at a time, or every 15 minutes at a time, or every hour at a time, every day at a time. You just keep working at it. And surround yourself with some people who can encourage you to continue to transform and not be conformed. Hey, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this show. If you did, I'd love to invite you to subscribe and share this show with friends or family or whoever else, another leader, anybody else that you think will benefit from hearing this every day. So we'll see you tomorrow. And until then, run to your challenges. We'll see you.